Hi, I'm Ryan Johnson,
And I'm Danny Tsikas.
and today we're going to be reviewing Splosion Man for the Xbox Live Arcade. So for the single player, there is really not a story. You're just some ADHD scientist modified guy that can kind of explode randomly. And obviously you use this ability throughout the whole game. It's pretty much your attack, jump, every single button. Everything you do is explode. There's 50 levels of great platforming with 47 cakes in both the online and offline. Now, the online has totally different levels from the offline, but there are still 47 cakes per game mode. And there are 3 boss fights. Accompanying the single player, there's also time trial. Basically, you play through all of the basic levels that you've played before, except now you're racing the clock. For difficulty, the game starts out a little too easy and grows progressively. The hardcore is available after beating the single player. As you get through the game, the levels do get harder. It is not uncommon to die, but you will progress through.
And for the multiplayer part of the game, as Ryan said, there are 50 multiplayer levels completely different from the single-player campaign. The boss fights are the same, but the actual levels are different. The entire campaign is played up to 4-player cooperatively, live or local. The online, though, is pretty much dead for anyone that does play Splosion Man. Local multiplayer is great to play. It's way more coordinated because you can just talk to the person sitting right next to you. Online, it was pretty laggy, and now there's literally no one playing the game. Plus, when you did find a game, there would sometimes be players that just purposely die, and there are some levels where you do need everyone to complete the level, otherwise you cannot complete it.
Splosion Man has great graphics in the graphics department. It's kind of like an old cartoon style that they've kind of managed to bring out on the Xbox. And if you play this game in HD with an HDMI cable, it looks absolutely lovely. You have the colors, the reds are good. Of course, there's a lot of red. Everything just looks crisp, clear. It's very nice.
And for the audio, I love the audio personally. The music, when I hear the theme song, I sing along to it, and I don't do that for many games. And also, my favorite song in the entire game is the Donut song. When you pick up a fat donut-eating scientist, it plays this hilarious song that everyone has to hear, and when you do, you will just laugh. I'm going to give Splosion Man 8.4. I love the game. I think it's a great platformer. Twisted Pixel, the people that made The Maw, did a great job in this game. The platforming is absolutely amazing, and it's just fun blowing up a bunch of scientists.
And for me, I'm going to give this game an 8.0. It's one of my favorites on the Xbox 360. The reason I give it an 8.0 is just one of the things I don't like is just it can be hard for new players. Like we all know, I absolutely suck at platforming games ever since Mario Brothers, and it is hard for me. But for the average player, it is a great game. Definitely worth the Microsoft points.
Everybody loves donuts. I know I do.
I do.